Unfortunately, depending on who you're rooting for here, this has gone unscouted. This actually could win the tournament. A simple move like this, if Jadon, for example, was to lose his third base, and he's still only building drones.
Oh, this could be so bad.
I'm starting to wonder if Jadong is now... SOS's play might have just worked. Jadong now is overthinking stuff. It didn't check for a simple pylon outside of his base.
Where are the Hydralisks? Has he got no lava?
Nothing
10 lanes on the way. That's not going to do anything.
This is a disaster. The Zealots are doing so much damage here. They're probably going to be able to take out this hatchery. Drones scattering. Nothing here to defend.
And he's even taking out that Spore Crawler so his Phoenixes can help more. This is a lot of Zealots. Behind it, he's even going Colossus tech.
After all of this series, such a simple move, so simple, so easy to pull off, could be the one thing that pushes SOS to the victory here at BlizzCon.
The Zealots have good surface area here, doing fantastic against these Zerglings, and this is a huge blow. +1 attack, unfortunately, finishing just a second too late.
All right, so that's the end of that rush, but I feel like it was pretty effective overall. He killed off a decent amount. He got rid of that Spore, which means these Phoenixes can still reign supreme, but the Hydras are finally out.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary there for Jadon, but he does survive. 10 drones were lost. The Hydras do push the Phoenixes back for now. As we can see, there are the units lost. A lot of Zerglings, quite a few drones, but overall, for SOS, hardly any losses.
Now the Protoss transitions in a very healthy fashion, getting armor. Colossi just going to get pumped out. The Twilight Council's on the way. I mean, that attack was a success there for SOS. It did the damage he needed to do.
That was, this is a perfect scenario for SOS. When you want to go for Phoenixes into a Colossus in third base, if you do something like kill 10 drones, then all the normal Corruptor timing attacks are not going to end up killing you if you control correctly.
I mean, look at this. The Hydralisks are out, but so is the first Colossus, so it's not like he can hit and slow down SOS with just Hydralisks. He's not going to slow SOS from getting ready for Corruptors as you describe. Jadong is playing a game from, I'd say, 30 seconds to a minute behind where he'd usually be. He has to really bring something very different if he wants to really get back equal in this game.
That's right. As you say, 30 seconds to a minute behind, plus this is the longest map that we have, which puts him even further behind on any attacks. I don't think that he can do any busts. I think that Jadong has to go into a very long macro game to win.
You know, Jadong, we've already seen today that he's so good in that long macro game. I mean, this guy, no matter what size of the map or no matter how the geography of it lays out, he's able to keep control. SOS has shown us, however, that he is able to curl up into a ball and wait it out until it's his time to push out.
Well, that pylon's still alive, actually, and there is a Zealot going to come in. If he actually warps in a couple more, he could get a cancel on that fourth base, slowing Jadong even further.
That would be too much.
This pylon that hasn't been spotted here, I mean, this is pretty surprising. I think we can all agree. I mean,
where did those Zealots come from earlier, Jadong?
I know, kidding, exactly. Like, the Zealots didn't magically appear out of nowhere. They were warped in from what? A pylon. And Jadong hasn't seemed to check it. And I think what we can glean from that is that Jadong is not himself right now. SOS's mind games have now gotten into Jadong's head, and he's not playing at 100%.
Well, you know what? The person playing at 100% certainly is SOS. Everything looks great. Blank finishing, more gateways, Thermal Lance, Colossi, +2 attack. He's even pushing out the map, which is forcing more and more units out of Jadong, something that he really doesn't want to make.
And well, Jadong's going to be asked the question, can you defend against this attack? Because if not, then we're going to have a Protoss World Champion. This attack coming now, as you described, Blink, +2 attack isn't too far away. There's a good amount of Colossus, there's Time Warp, there's the Force Fields here. Jadong needs to probably flank well, come from behind. He has to deal with this attack, otherwise SOS will be the champion.
And that's the last thing that Jadong needs at this point in time. I mean, this is the map for Jadong, by the way. This is the map. Before this entire series started, I was thinking, okay, well, he's probably going to put up some. Hold on, he's catching these Hydras.
All right, not quite as bad as it could have been there. Now, this is a maxed out Zerg army, so SOS still has to be careful. He does hallucinate with single Colossus. Looks like his Phoenix is getting picked off very quickly. We're going to have to see some great force fields here as well.
Oh, and here the fight engages. The Corruptor's trying to bring down the Colossus fast enough. Is this going to be the fight that Jadong wants? SOS reinforcing with more Stalkers, though.
The Stalkers blink under, and there is not much left on the ground. GG! champion. It's been all year, and it cannot be disputed. SOS is your champion!
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the 2013 Starcraft 2 World Champion, Woodchin Stars, SOS!